Does your child or student have a 504 plan or need one? Then you've come to the right place. In this video, I'm going to be talking about 504 plans, specifically what they need to qualify and how you can get the best 504 plan based on their unique learning needs. Make sure to stick around for this video where I'm going to reveal all my tips and resources so you can advocate like a pro. Hey, what's up? I'm April Rarig, your special education advocate, to make IEPs and 504 plans so much easier. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button and make sure to follow us on Instagram at RiseEdAdvocacy. Here's what you need to know about 504 plans in school. 504s are regulated by Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act. 504s are a civil rights statute enacted by U.S. Congress. What do 504s mean? In a nutshell, 504s define how your school provides support and removes barriers for students, also known as equal access. The problem is, pro tip, most teachers in schools don't get the right training so that they can tell families how to qualify for a 504 and what the plans actually look like. Let's change all that right now. Make sure to check out our video, What Does a 504 Plan Look Like?, that lays out all the different parts in terms of Section 504 so that you can understand what you need and how to get it for your child or student. Make sure to check in the links below for the video. So now you know what is a 504 plan, but why are you watching this video? You want to know how your child or student can qualify. Here's the thing that your school doesn't tell you, pro tip. It's actually easier to qualify for a 504 plan than an IEP. Why? Because Section 504 defines eligibility in a much more broader general sense. What does this look like? Instead of having to meet one of the 13 eligibility criteria like you do for an IEP, a 504 plan merely names the traits of the actual or the perceived disability. So what does this look like? I'm going to give you the eligibility criteria qualification right now. Don't write it down. I'll tell you exactly why in just a minute. Ready? Students qualify for a 504 if they demonstrate a physical or mental impairment or are regarded or suspected of having an impairment. Pro tip, you don't need a medical diagnosis to request or be eligible for a 504 plan. Did you know that? I've got this great resource that basically spells it out when it comes to IEPs and 504 plans and the difference between those eligibility criteria. Make sure to get our comparison guide here that lays out the guidelines for both those different types of educations so you can choose the best plan for your child or student. Make sure to check it out in the links below. So now you know what is a 504 plan and the difference between an IEP and a 504 plan when it comes to eligibility guidelines. Now we need to dig deeper because the problem is, pro tip, your school isn't going to tell you what type of impairments your child or student needs to qualify. So when it comes down to it, it's basically going to be 4 different categories for your child to qualify under impairment types. Here they are. Ready? Number 1, physical. Number 2, temporary, but a physical disability that might last more than 6 months. Number 3, physical health care needs or specialized health supports. And number 4, neurological. So perhaps you're watching this video and you're thinking, okay, April, I know the guidelines. I know that I need to get started. How do I start the 504 process? The truth is, pro tip, You need to put your request in writing, and you need to document why your child needs a 504 and lay it out with the right documentation and evidence. I've got a fillable guide called the Initial 504 Request Template that walks you through what you need to say, how you need to submit your letter, and how to get the best 504 plan started so that you can get your child the 504 that they deserve. Make sure to check in the links below for a fillable template. So now you know about impairment qualifications. But here's the thing your school may not tell you. You also have to exhibit something called major life activities. What does this look like? This looks like those impairment qualifications need to substantially limit your child in one or more major life activity. What is a major life activity? Well, here's the deal, pro tip. It's so much more than just academics. A major life activity could not only be learning, reading, it also could be talking, speaking, concentrating, focusing, reading, eating, so much more than just academics. And here's the deal, another pro tip. Your school is not going to give you the instructions or the directions to navigate the 504 process. That's exactly why I created something called the Ultimate 504 Guide. Inside our digital guide, it's almost 40 pages in length. It lays out everything you ever wanted to know about 504 plans, from getting started, how to navigate the process, how to protect your child or student, what meetings look like, who needs to be at your meeting, and a ton of fillable templates. So if your child has a 504 plan or they need to get one, you absolutely need our ultimate guide. Make sure to check in the links below for the link. Okay, so now your child or student finally has the 504 plan that they deserve. But let's say they graduate from high school. Can you access accommodations in college? What does it look like in college? Can you take an IEP to college? What do you do to access disability supports if you're a parent or a teacher for your teen? I've got this great guide called our College Guide that basically helps you navigate whether your child has an IEP or a 504 plan after graduation, helps you understand what they need in order to qualify, how they disclose their disability, because pro tip, IEPs and 504 plans don't automatically transfer, and how your child can access those accommodations and supports that they deserve in college. Make sure to check in the link below for our guide. So now you know what your child needs in order to qualify and how to get started with the 504 process. Here's the challenge. Now that you have all this information, what do you want to do differently, and how do you want to advocate at the table for your child or student? Pretty good challenge. So, got a question? Put it in the comments below. Want me to do another video? Yep, I can do that too. I'm April Rarig, your special education advocate. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at RiseEdAdvocacy. I can't wait to see you for our next video.